Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you could be here. Um, as we all know that food can be expensive when we go to the grocery store. So one of the things we want to try and do is to eliminate as much food waste as possible. So I've got three tips that I would like to share that would be of help. One of them is I know I'm a fan of them. I make them often. I always like to have them on hand. They're a very good snack, in the middle of the day if in between meals if I get hungry, I want something to shut off my appetite. Deviled eggs. Well, one of the things that you can do with deviled eggs that you might have sitting in your refrigerator is you could take it out and you could, mash them up, look and see how they look. If you need to add any mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, or anything of that sort, you could add just a little bit to it to your liking and mix it up. And you could actually take it and create like an egg sandwich out of it. And they're really good if in the event that you've never had one. I like them. So that's definitely one way to go about uh, preserving your eggs if you want to do something else with it instead of just the typical deviled egg. The second thing, what you could do is you could take fresh lemons. You don't want to throw away the lemon itself once you squeeze it all the way out and get all the juice out of it. What you could do is you could take the rinds of it and boil it with a little bit of water for a few minutes in a saucepan. And then you could take that liquid and pour it down your drain to help, get rid of that awful smell sometimes that the kitchen sink can give off, by itself. So that's one tip that seems to work pretty good. I've only done that on one occasion, and I was very happy with the way that turned out. It turned out really good. It does kill that bad odor that the sink can cause, and it does give it that lemony smell. I guess if you wanted to go another direction with it, you could possibly even do that with leftover lime. I know whenever I drink like iced teas or water and things like that, I like using lime a lot of the time over the lemon. Not that I don't like the lemon, I do. And I have been known to use both at one time. But you could also go the lime direction as well, and I'm sure that would give it, its own smell on its own, separate from the lime. Um, a third tip that I have here is you could always make a batch of meatballs by themselves, and you could always freeze them. And then, if ever in the event that you have any spaghetti sauce or anything, what you could do is take the meatballs out, and I guess you could combine it with the spaghetti sauce, although you might want to defrost it a little bit first before you do that. Put it in there, let it cook for a few minutes. And what you could do is get a nice sub roll or a type of hoagie roll type, and you could take the meatballs with the sauce and put it within that, and you could garnish it with some mozzarella cheese or whatever type of cheese you want, and then melt it down. And you could make yourself a homemade uh, meatball sub. I know this, a meatball sub when it comes to a hot sandwich is definitely one of my top three. Um, what I like about it is that it's filling, it's tasty, you're getting good from it. And you don't even have to use uh, ground beef if you don't want to go in that direction. If you're trying to cut back a little bit on meat per pound, if you've never had it, I know some people like it, some people don't. But if you know what you're doing and you doctor it up correctly, you cannot tell the difference much between ground turkey or even ground chicken in comparison to a meatball. One little secret that you could do is when you're doing the ground turkey or the ground chicken, is you could get beef bouillon and you could somehow put that in there. And what that's going to do is that's going to offset the taste a little bit. And I do know that when you do that and somebody else tastes it that has never had the ground turkey, you could definitely, I hate to use this word, but it's the closest word I can think of. You could fool them into thinking that it's ground beef when it's actually ground chicken or ground turkey. Well, anyway, those are three tips that I wanted to come on and share with all of you. Hopefully, they will be of some help. Give them a try. I know that they have worked for me, and I'm glad that you guys could stop by and be with me. And I'll see you back here next time.